Fighting back against fentanyl, Senator Chuck Schumer in our region this afternoon calling for federal action to stop the trafficking of the opioid at its source. As Isabel Garcia reports, Schumer also discussed federal measures to reduce the use of another dangerous drug.
It's becoming more well known that fentanyl is pretty much in everything now, from poison pills to powder form and anything in between. U.S. Senator Chuck Schumer now wants the United States to have the ability to impose sanctions on countries producing drugs like fentanyl, something he says will cut it off from the source. Senator Chuck Schumer in Orleans County Tuesday calling for greater federal action to stop the trafficking of the highly potent opioid fentanyl from entering the country in the first place. The Fend Off Fentanyl Act passed in the Senate last week as part of the National Defense Authorization Act and gives the president emergency powers to impose tougher economic sanctions on China and Mexico, where the opioids are being produced.
Talking to the Chinese, talking to the Mexican government can't hurt. But it's not enough. We have to be much tougher, and we've talked to them for too long. I will say this, we put this legislation together in the Senate, but the Biden administration is supporting it. And I will do everything I can once it becomes law to make sure they use these sanctions.
In 2022, between Orleans and Genesee counties, fentanyl was involved in 83% of all fatal opioid overdoses. Joseph Cardone, Orleans County District Attorney, emphasizing the need for urgent federal action.
There's not a gram of these drugs that are produced in the United States, not a gram, but it's in every community in this country and causing deaths on a daily basis.
The senator also gave an update on new measures to address the non-opioid issue of xylazine, a skin-rotting tranquilizer used to euthanize large animals.
The ONDCP of Narcotic and Drug Control has designated xylazine as a threat to the United States. And we passed, under my leadership in the Senate, the Trank Research Act, which directs the National Institute of Standards to take steps to get rid of xylazine.
Senator Schumer is now calling for swift passage of the Fend Off Fentanyl Act by the House by September, this giving the president that ability to declare a national emergency. For now, reporting in Albion, Isabel Garcia, News 8.
Thank you, Isabel. Most recently, in mid-July, the White House issued a xylazine response plan, which includes increased resources for testing. Since xylazine is not an opioid, resources for overdose responses like Narcan do not work in these cases, requiring greater medical treatment and care.